So, as I mentioned in our Capcom Arcade Stadium look at a little while back, there were some games I wish they put on there that they did not. That's why I decided to do this other video showcasing another Capcom collection that I actually grew up with for the longest time, that technically started on the PS2, but also had PSP-centric versions, which I will be covering today. First up to that is Capcom Classics Collection Remixed.
Oh.
By the way, yes, our video that we did so long ago that we totally recorded like 5 minutes ago.
They don't know that.
Don't ruin the immersion.
By the time this all goes out, you're ruining the... No, you're fine.
Screw the immersion! Screw the illusion!
So I noticed some titles that were in that one. James, which ones really stood out to you?
Well, one of them I'll be literally dedicating its own video to, but for now, one we'll be doing off the bat is Block Block.
Huh.
Block Block.
Block Block. It's literally this game. It's literally Capcom's take on the typical Breakout video game.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what these fairies can do.
It's to them as Arkanoids is to Taito.
Well, let's see what this are, and yeah, and so it looks like both these collections were on the PSP.
Yes, they are. Which, again, I've said before, it's still a shame to me that the PSP ended up, being the commercial failure it was, considering that Capcom really, they really bet a lot of their money on this system, and it really wins for naught.
They went up against the Nintendo DS, and also
Right.
the fact that they really don't know how to... They really, didn't know. Well, that was, okay, instant fail, damn.
I was not expecting your bar to go that fast. Wow, it is
Jesus.
quick.
That is a very finicky. How does this control for you, James?
I will say a part of it is because it has been a little while since I played a game like this. Though, secondly, the paddle is a little slippery.
Yeah, I could say.
But I will say the visuals and the theming of the place does look really nice.
Oh yeah, by the way, your paddle does have a quote-unquote health bar to it. Notice that number on the right next to the lives?
Yes.
That's how many hits with the ball it can take until it either disappears or just shrinks to its absolute smallest. Though you can extend the length of it if you collect food items.
So there is actually, because I noticed it is getting steadily smaller and smaller. So there is an actual incentive to you don't want to be in this position. You want to try and get every brick before.
If
Wow,
you're able
okay.
to.
We've all been in this situation before.
Yeah,
though,
100%. Everybody has.
Absolutely. Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to show it off for this round, but this game's actually just enough in that if you only have one or two blocks left, there is an exit tab that'll pop up from time to time that if you can land your ball on that, it automatically destroys all the rest of them.
Get out of jail for your... Okay, that's... I would say that is interesting. I like that this is... I like what this brought to the table. I'm assuming this is the only one of its kind, though.
Unfortunately, yes. Though, I guess it's actually funny and worth mentioning is that...
What did that do?
It gave us an E for extend.
Oh, that's the slice sheet. A traditional symbol that Capcom likes to use in their games that, for the sake of this game, if you collect a certain amount of them, you get an extra life.
Yeah, wasn't there a really powerful item like that in Mega Man X or something?
Yeah.
The original Mega Man, actually. And if you collect that, all of your health and weapon ammo is refilled.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Is it wrong that for a second, when I saw it, it looked like the umbrella that Umbrella uses for their logo?
It may, for all we know, maybe that's what inspired it. But
I believe
Oh wow, the dark truth of the Umbrella's legacy.
yeah.
Would you be surprised?
Oh.
Not at all.
Nope. But yeah, sorry. What was that extend thingy again, James?
Well, the extent thingy, if you fill that up, I believe that gives you an extra life. But other than that, and there's the exit tab I talked about. If you try to grab that, then you can exit the level. But what was I about to say? What's funny is that in terms of Block here, it's actually featured in two PSP-centric collections. You have this one, the Remix, and this other...
close.
Wow. Jesus.
Oh my
And I'm
fucking
just
God, seriously?
There it is.
Oh no. Continue. Don't mind us, James. Keep talking. Continue.
There's another PSP-centric Capcom collection called Puzzle World, and this game was featured on that as well. It also featured three games in the Buster Brothers series, as well as Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Who needs an exit?
Yeah, seriously, I'll just do the manual work myself.
We got some bumpers now, and all. Never mind.
That's enough of that. That's enough of that block nonsense. So how about we honor the roots of a classic among classics, Street Fighter.
Okay.
The not good one.
Yeah, this Street Fighter had very humble beginnings back in 1987, same year as Mega Man, believe it or not. And
That's not Ryu.
no, that's just some random dude that just literally committed
Property damage.
Freaking vandalism tore down that wall, but
Yeah.
But
Just-
yes, audience members, welcome to the reason why Street Fighter 2 is the game that got 700 remakes. Get 'em.
Hello, Birdie. You'll be turned black later on, and I don't care.
Also, I
Birdie?
just noticed that, like, how come
Yeah.
you chose, like, Britain when you're very clearly an American?
Well, I chose Britain. Well, first of all, because it actually does feature, well, Birdie here, who, again, would be making a return via,
Street Fighter
the
5.
Street Fighter Alpha series.
And Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, and Street Fighter 5. Also, should special mention to this game's awful voice sampling techniques.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
There's also that.
Compression.
I think the thing that I'll always, like, get from this first game is when Johnny did his, like, marathon video with the Street Fighter games. Like, he was losing so badly at one, then it cuts to that shot where he just, like, holds his hands up, pulls him aside so the controller drops, claps him back together, just turns to the camera.
Well,
By the way, the
I can see,
biggest
so far so good.
The biggest problem about the first Street Fighter game, you only play as Ryu.
Or can if you're a second player.
Yeah.
aw, so that was okay. So I mean, guess that explains the whole
Eagle.
rise to power. Any other? So, are there any other mainstays from this that came back in 2?
First character that comes to mind is Sagat,
Yeah.
who's the final boss of this game.
Yep, Sagat.
Oh, he was the.
Yeah, Sagat is the. In fact, you know the giant
Wow.
scar that Sagat has on his chest? That was
Yeah.
caused by Ryu doing one of Ken's versions of the Shoryuken, which summons fire.
Wait, what is it? No, wait, what is the Hadoken? No, I thought the Hadoken was always made of fire, or is it like
Oh,
energy
the
key or something?
Shoryuken! The Shoryuken, the uppercut.
Sorry.
It's all fine.
Ow.
Devil damn.
Ouch. This definitely seems like the kind of you're either gonna win immediately or lose immediately kind of thing. What the hell did he say?
Again, kid.
He really could have said anything and laughed about it.
Do you know what I'm reminded of suddenly? I don't know how many people know this, but Spawn had a Game Boy game that had voice acting as well.
So I've heard.
Well,
Also,
this is
now
where
we're
we die.
defusing a bomb for some reason.
Yep, this is where we die.
Oh, by the way, you might want to avert your eyes. I'll be sure to leave a warning in the video.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well.
And we win.
But yeah, it's like that's
That's what happens when we win, right? Cool. All right.
Capcom's humble beginnings. Let's be real there.
This whole art style of it being like someone's sketchbook is interesting. Uh-oh.
No, by the way, the whole, like, sketchbook thing, my problem is, like, it doesn't look bad, but...
Capcom, yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, the wisdom seed.
So, weird as this is going to say, I remember playing this one a lot back when I had this collection on the PSP. I don't know why. I guess I was just humored by the idea that you're playing as these random warriors in this Dungeons & Dragons-like scenario, where these mythical beasts literally taunt the townsfolk by giving them these really random questions, and if they get them wrong, then they will eat them.
And these questions...
What is your name?
So, Arthur Camelot,
What is your quest?
I seek the Grail.
What is the SP velocity of an unlated swallow?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? English or European?
I don't know that. Ah!
It flies away.
When did Adolf Hitler die? Too late, Munch.
Yeah, the reason why they seem like such weird questions is look at these stats they can have. So yeah, basically, if you ever seen,
Welcome to the most accurate Dungeons and Dragons game ever.
Really?
I'm
basically,
just
yeah.
kidding,
If you saw that one section of oh my gosh, wow. If you ever saw that one section of Mega Man Legends 2 with the quizzes, this is almost what was the progenitor of that.
Basically, yeah. And I know Capcom did a couple of others like this, but I think they were Japan exclusive. So,
Movies!
So yeah, the wizard's main power is that he has the power to change the category. And yes, I decided to go ahead and do movies. for next week.
Yay!
Let's see what kind
question
of
one.
movies.
Now watch as I fucking fail him.
Who beat up Jake and Elwood in the Blues Brothers?
Oh god, there's so much.
The Nun sounds like it would have been the
I
funniest
believe
thing if it was a
I
nun.
believe it was.
It was the nun.
Yeah, the Nun.
Aha.
Okay.
The
movie
movie
Dirty
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is based on what story?
Paranoid?
LA Story?
Shit.
Bedtime Story?
Oh, it was the
LA
bedtime
Story.
story.
No, bedtime story. Bedtime story.
By the
Here
way,
we go.
it should be mentioned that all these questions are... You gotta take into account, this
Godfather
game came
Part
out in
2.
1992.
Godfather Part 2. Or was the Taxi Driver? Shit.
No, it's Godfather Part 2.
Godfather Part 2. Good.
Okay.
But I mean, that alone
I
is...
lucked out, because I haven't watched any of those movies.
I will say, that is still a very
disappoint me.
bizarre, wacky game. Like, imagine the localization that had to have happened for this game, depending on where it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, there are a few inconsistencies, or not inconsistencies, but actually, yeah, I guess inconsistencies, just wrong stuff that's not entirely correct, but I guess they just went through, they flew past anyway. So where can one find Illinois, Pennsylvania, North Carolina avenues within a few inches of each other?
Oh, Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly.
You gonna hit Monopoly, James?
Or did you
I
hit
don't
Game of
play a
What?
lot.
You hit...
Whoa! What?
We need... Where was
Where
Garfield
was
born?
Garfield born?
Oh, crap, I forgot, actually.
In a kitchen.
Was it a kitchen? Really?
Yeah, because that's where he got his affinity for food.
Oh, you know what? That does make sense now that I think about it. Wow, look at that. We need... I'm
I
debating...
apologize to any Garfield fans watching this right now.
There are.
No, it's okay.
Oh, this one's easy. Thank you, Ole Noir.
Hollywood land.
Oh, yeah, look at that. But yeah, I will say, like, general, like, with all these, like, old... honestly, this is making me wonder if I should find some...
Come on.
This one's actually easy for you. Good.
Alright. But I
That's
will...
like common knowledge at this point.
Of course. Okay, what else?
Where
Where
was
was Sean Connery?
Sean Connery born?
Scotland.
I almost thought this was going to be, like, a trick question. He really was born in Netherlands, but raised in Scotland or something.
Okay, now real quick, what were you trying to ask us, Logan?
I was wondering if I should try, like, I don't know how Parsec would work. We'd have to rely on internet, but, like, to almost do something with Tabletop Simulator to play some of those old board games.
Yes,
I
that'd
mean,
be fun.
I wouldn't hurt to try that.
I know they have a couple of neat games on the Switch, like
Oh,
Monopoly and
come
stuff.
on!
It's like I
Another
almost
slime.
would want. What was that one thing called? 31 classic game, 51 classic games or something.
Oh, Clubhouse Games.
I almost would
Switch
like.
game.
I almost would like that, but like for a bunch of
What is the name
Hasbro's
of
old board games.
Oh, that's right.
Scooby-Doo.
Because of the Ring of Wisdom I got, it flashes the correct answer.
Doo! Nobody likes him.
Well, he asked for cousin, not nephew. Scooby Dump's
Yep,
the cousin.
Oh
Scooby-Doo.
shit!
trick
Sorry.
one. Haha.
I was never a big fan.
Don't
of
know this.
Scooby-Doo.
But anyway, enough about us. Enough about us remarking the trivia. What were you saying, James?
I forgot what I was going to say, actually.
We were talking about 31 Clubhouse games and how I would like one for like an old board
thought it was
house
52.
collection.
Okay, yeah, I figured it was Marty. I was gonna say that, just didn't feel like it.
Fair enough. So, yeah, that's another green goop off the wall.
So yeah, okay. Oh, I wanted to see if like the dragon.
Yeah, why?
I was tempted to, but I suffered really fucking hard on the dragon, and we're already kind of pressed for time anyway, so
I
let's just
guess
move
you
on to
could
the
say.
other collection.
I guess that one would have dragged on.
Yeah, we
Looky
were going to fight
here.
a wyvern.
It's the sequel to Remixed.
This one is reloaded, and I think Capcom did this one in-house, compared to the first
Not
one
going to
which
lie,
was done by,
I prefer this look than the
Yeah, me too.
than the whole like thing that they did earlier.
Good old 1942, 1943, 1943 Japanese edition, Ghosts and Goblins.
Did you just say Japanese edition?
Yes, correct.
You
Continue,
ass.
James.
You fucking ass.
I remember playing this one a lot growing up, though now that we have the Capcom arcade
Street
stadium on
Fighter
Switch,
2!
oh,
Street Fighter 2! Street Fighter 2!
But with the apostrophe, but a different color. Oh, look, King of Dragons. But yeah, Knights of the Round.
Knights
Yeah,
of the
classics.
Round.
Sorry, back to you, James. I'm just remarking at all these classics.
no worries. But I will say, I did play this one a lot growing up. I think comparatively compared to the remix stuff. But a lot of the games here you can actually find on the arcade stadium now, so it's a little hard for me to come back to this, aside from a few games that are still exclusive to it, like Son.
Oh, based on Sun Wukong.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, there actually is a character in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 based on this, but they explain that the character in that game is the descendant of the San you're playing here.
So he's son.
Yep, the great-great-granddaughter.
So he's son.
Yeah,
Well,
also...
Son, daughter.
Son, daughter. Okay, can I? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, being clear for a second here. Holy hell, the audio quality does not match the video quality right now.
Okay, so one thing that's worth mentioning about this collection is that you have the certain games actually. I guess Capcom actually got a few people to make some remixes of the classic Capcom arcade songs and apply them to the respective games. This is the one they applied for Song, and I know Ghosts and Goblins has one as well.
By the way, earlier, and I checked ahead, I know you don't show it off, you played there's Gunsmoke?
Yeah, Gun.Smoke.
Yeah. Fun fact about Gunsmoke, one of my favorite anime of all time actually takes the name of the planet from that, Gunsmoke. The anime is called Trigun. Yeah, Planet Gunsmoke and Trigun is named after. I can't remember if it is named after the game or I think there is actually a TV show called Gunsmoke.
I'll have to look into that, but
another thing is that Red Dead Redemption, or at least its predecessor, Red Dead Revolver, was originally developed as a Gunsmoke game.
Huh. Well, alright then.
Right, because the original name for Gunsmoke, wasn't that like a TV show back in the 60s?
Yeah, it was a TV show in the 60s.
Oh yeah, so one of the... yeah, sorry, gotta twist your head, folks.
Why?
To show it all.
It's a fancy thing they did with the PSP technology. Twist the console, you can see it from another perspective.
I was gonna say, that's not technology, that's just making
Make it twist your head!
Look, now the screen's upside down now.
For the sake of this video, I kinda had no choice.
Of course, I know.
But anyway, Gun.Smoke.
Oh, you do show off Gunsmoke, okay.
They put the dot in between Gun and Smoke because to avoid copyright laws at the time.
Yeah.
That's fair with the TV show and stuff, yeah. So,
why was
typical
there a ninja?
top-down shooter, because we're in the Wild West.
And
as portrayed by Japan.
That is a very key factor in this.
Master Winchester.
I will admit I haven't had too much experience with this one, but I guess it is worth mentioning that it's an auto-scroller where your gunman is pretty much walking forward at all times, and you have 3 shoot buttons. One where you can shoot entirely forward, or actually no, 4. Entirely forward, left, right, or sideways.
Yeah, hey,
basically side to side.
Do you want to know what this game is?
What is it?
This is basically Red Dead 1942.
I can't stop my fate.
Help me!
But
Arthur, you look so tiny.
And I'm assuming forever. Now, did they? You mentioned that.
Plan.
Now you mentioned.
You gotta keep moving, partner. I insist.
Mentioned with the whole reloaded soundtrack thing. Did every game have that, or only a select few?
I think most, if not all of them, have them. And honestly, I will admit, I kind of just did this one on the fly because it was the only other game I can think of about showing off that you can't find on any other
Stop that
collection.
shit!
Sorry.
No, not you.
That's not your fault.
The
That's
game.
Capcom.
The fucking.
The Capcom knows better.
Okay, so going from a game I barely experienced much to a game I actually played a lot of, Eco Fighter. So basically, take something along the lines of your usual '90s PSA like Captain Planet and apply it to a space shooter.
Well, why not?
By the way, I wasn't talking to you, James. I was talking to the game.
I heard.
Hello,
So,
I am not evil.
I'm totally not a Captain Planet villain, and I'm going to turn this beloved blue planet into space dust.
Oh no, but no, I love the idea of him just having an
Planet, where are you?
I love the
Well,
idea.
he's on break, and unfortunately, and so we're gonna have to settle with this guy who actually made this random spaceship out of recycled parts.
By the way, you were saying, Logan.
I love the idea of that dude getting on for a massive nationwide broadcast just to say, "Hello, I am not evil, as you were."
That is all.
Right. So how does this recycled hunk of junk fly?
Well, it actually handles really well, and it has this fun, neat little extension that you can twirl around with the side buttons.
Not going to lie, that thing right now just looks like the Battletoads ship.
It almost looked like the Battletoads ship getting pulled in for a tow.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, because the ship in front of us is the one pulling it, and it's like, while I'm towing you, good.
Battle toe. Why doesn't
battle
that
towers.
exist?
The battle towers. Yeah. Oh look,
Dude,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
You got-
Just talking about that, it's like, oh, dude, I can't believe we got a flat. Well, maybe we wouldn't have gotten that flat if you hadn't run over the entire village of glass people.
Look
They
at
were
that.
asking for it.
Look at that stock explosion. My God,
I'm
that's
fine.
used
It
in
act-
every single TV show.
It doesn't.
In the
Look, it
90s.
doesn't look it doesn't look too bad. Like it is still smooth animation. It doesn't look. Too, okay. Oh. So I see now with this new attachment, it also has a melee capability now.
Yeah.
Yep, you can,
Whoa, boy.
you can apply multiple types of attachments to your arm there, and it does have unique capabilities. Like this one is essentially, this is pretty much my beaten stick right here.
And also looked like
Wow.
Now there's my beaten stick.
My whipping hand.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looked like your beaten stick was so strong that it actually hit you on the recoil and cost you a life.
That would be interesting.
I love how it's literally the exact same explosion every single time. They just change the size.
That's about it.
That's all they
Yay!
really needed.
Compression and foul saves. This does look pretty good though. This does look pretty neat.
Oh yeah, no, like in general, this game's a lot of fun, and I mean, obviously, it does serve the obvious age-old message of, don't pollute the fucking planet, you idiots. Put your recyclables in the recycling bin and whatnot, and keep the seas clean.
And
Sad.
turn off your water when you're done using it.
Sad.
I'll be real, ladies and gentlemen. We understand that it's still a very serious matter. That there are other people out there that can talk about that stuff much better than we can, and follow it, so we don't have to worry about further problems. But we're here to have fun and play our space shooter. So let's just enjoy it for what it is, a fun space shooter.
And if anyone's gonna create a space cycle coaster thingy, get Capcom on the job.
Yeah, please.
How does the arm? What's the power and arm level thing at the bottom there?
I think that's there to tell you how much stronger your arm in general is.
Wow.
But it can revert to 1 if you end up being a dickhead and collide with an enemy or a bullet. Now let's go back to old reliable.
Okay. What do you think of this so far, Matt?
Looks fun. That's all I can say.
That's fair. And again, a shame that this freaking game, among all the others we've shown off so far in this video, haven't been put on the arcade stadium yet.
I would like them to have these, but a lot of these, especially because none of these face any licensing issues, I don't think.
Not that I'm aware of, no. This is a more or less 100% Capcom property.
So yeah, I guess it must just be taking them a while. And oh god, I thought
Sorry.
just because that ship didn't look to be too threatening, it really just looked like, hey, what's going on here? I was like, you got too
For
close.
all you know, that might have been one of the enemy ships trying to supply for the enemy, but we sniped it.
Fair.
Now to take out a battleship, a literal battleship.
Owned by Goyok, because why not?
I'm
mean,
not
you-
evil.
Honestly, I just look at the guy and immediately think to myself, my goodness, Clayton put on weight.
I was going to say, didn't know Trump could grow a mustache.
That.
And
So,
of course he would have to pull out an evil mustache.
evil mustache.
Gorilla.
That does it all by himself. So,
Did the ship just scream?
no, that was Huss
That was us.
saying like, onwards, we're gonna kill
The
this
way they're swinging
battleship with two wrecking balls on it.
Put 'em up.
Why would
That's,
this? Why would
uh,
this
Put 'em up, buddy, put 'em up. Duke it
That's
out.
That's totally not sending mixed messages here.
Fun fact. This freaking no battleship would ever need wrecking balls. Why?
Because it's not environmentally safe.
I got you.
Oh no!
Oh,
Looks like I'll be kissing the ground.
Are we actually gonna let him die? Whoa!
Whoa.
What's
What?
that?
That. Oh,
Oh.
Okay, that was silly. Does that change every game over?
no, that's the same one you get every time.
Oh darn! That could have been really funny to have different four comas.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. But yeah, that's all we'll be showing today of the Capcom Classics Collection Remixed and Reloaded for the PSP. it should also be said that the regular like Capcom Classic Collection can still be found on the PS2, but I think some games might be missing in action. Although they did have their own. For what
You
that's
say
worth.
this is the end of it, but we still have time left in the video. You must be showing something else off.
That is true, because Capcom Classics Collection Reloaded actually makes the most of all those points you earned from that twisty-turdy results screen we just saw for a slot machine.
Because of course. Oh my god.
Well, it was Chun-Li and... was it the other one? Yeah, Zangief.
That's Zangief. So, it should also be worth mentioning that you can spend all the points you earned here, and the game's not supposed to spin this fast. Thank you, PPSSPP.
So, other than that, it looks like you're mainly just straight up gambling for concept art and a cheat. What's a cheat
Concept
code?
art, music, and cheats. Basically, with cheats, they're essential they're pretty much game changers. Straight to the point.
Well,
Like for example, if you get the ghost,
is.
if you get the cheat for super ghouls and ghosts, you'll have the ability to change whatever weapon you have on the fly.
Almost 777 there. That was. Ugh.
this is gonna be honest.
You gotta get one
this-
eventually.
I'm gonna be honest. This doesn't. Oh, that just gives us more money. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This doesn't look fun.
Well,
This is just straight up just a slot machine now.
Okay, not even going to lie. There are slot machines.
Oh, hey!
Oh, nice. There are
Never
slot-
mind. This is a fantastic game. Yay!
No, just.
And to be fair, it's because of those bonuses alone I spent too much time on this fucking slot machine.
By the way, just to let you know that I've seen slot machines at casinos that are more fair than this thing.
If you're certain of that, because those things are usually rigged.
Oh, I know, and yet at least you get some stuff with that.
You got some music. That's stuff.
So
Also
this
worth mentioning is that the slot machine has multiple tiers because those tiers won't have have every single freaking collectible you can get. Eventually you will have to go to the higher tiers if you want them all.
Okay.
So yeah, here's all the neat stuff we unlocked.
Hey.
That's just there from the get-go, and some good old mood music.
And now do you
I
have?
said good old mood music.
What the heck?
Jesus.
This is the remix version. You can
That's
hear.
awesome.
So do you have to play? Do you have to win the remixed versions through the slot machine to hear them?
Oh
in
no.
game?
You have that straight from the get-go. You have to. It's just for listening purposes at that point.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for our Capcom Classics Collection look at centric stuff. See you all next time as I show off one particular game from the Remix collection that deserves a spot all its own.
Alrighty.
Logan, would you mind helping me out with that, by the way?
If I must.
Have fun, you two.
Have a good time now.
Have fun storming the castle.
Good luck with your dastardly plans.